All right, so you're an expert. You spent years building your craft and you know you got to make content, but the moment you hit record, you'll cringe. Hey man, I get it. I'm a former engineer and I used to feel the same way. I got a professional service I need to sell, but I feel like I have to act like a YouTuber or influencer to get attention online. I got to hype myself up. I got to talk a lot faster and louder than I used to. And I did all that, but I realized the more I try to act like an influencer, the less people trust my expertise. Now, I was trying to think, isn't there a better way where I can just be myself and people become my client that way? Well, buckle up because today I'm going to break down 3 invisible experts who will prove you don't need to be loud and obnoxious to be rich online. And they're winning precisely because they're boring. Sorry if you're watching this. And you probably have a trait that you're embarrassed about, but I'm going to show you in today's 3 examples how you can turn that into your superpower. Let's go. So the first guy that I want to show you is Alexander the Create. So first impression, let's take a look at his banner. I help entrepreneurs speak on camera with confidence and authenticity. So at a glance, he's talking about how to speak to the camera for business owners, which is a pretty good problem. So before I dive in, I usually like to see what kind of stuff are they trying to sell with these content. So go to the About section and click on some of these links. Usually we'll go to some sort of landing page where he shows what he's trying to sell. So this looks like a mentorship coaching program for business owners to speak magnetically within 8 weeks, which is pretty cool. Seems pretty legit, got a lot of social proof, client testimonials. All right, this guy is the real deal. Okay, so now we know that's the thing that he's trying to sell with this content. So all of his other content should be around trying to promote that thing, right? Let's take a look at some of his popular videos here and play one, see what this guy's about.
There's a way of speaking on YouTube that gives you an unfair advantage over other creators, because it builds way more trust and connection with your viewers. And if you learn how to speak like this, it makes creating content way more fun because it's easier to make and it feels good.
Okay, so right off the bat, my first impression about this guy is that he's a giant nerd, a good looking nerd. But here's the cool thing about him being a nerd. A lot of people are maybe shy or want to hide the fact that they're a nerd, but Alexander, he owns it, man. He owns being a nerd. He doesn't hide it. On this landing page, I found him documenting his first time being super scared on camera. Look at this.
Hi, it's Tom here, and I'm just doing my first video blog to practice expressing myself, emotion, and not really that, more actually public speaking / appearance on camera, business personality.
So that's where he started. Let's take a look at his latest videos.
This last year, I made $285,000 from my small YouTube channel. It's pretty crazy, because if you had told me this 5 years ago, I would not have believed you. I had a bigger channel with 300,000 subscribers called Thomas Alex Norman, and I was making $70,000 a year through that channel with selling online.
Okay, so I think he has come a long way. And he built an entire business around him documenting, embracing his cringe, being nerdy, and not knowing how to talk on camera. He's not performing, he's just being himself. He's a little uptight on camera, but that's who he is. Now, personally, I don't really resonate with him because I don't have the camera shyness that he has. But I would imagine if I'm a business owner and I wanted to start on content, like I'm scared shitless, the stuff he makes here would be highly resonating with me. So the lesson that you can get from here is that you need to embrace your cringe. Maybe you have some sort of trait that you're not happy about yourself either. Maybe you are a nerd, maybe you are shy, maybe you are a little quirky, whatever it is that you're embarrassed about, that's actually your superpower. All you got to do is just be yourself and be honest. Hey, I'm trying to overcome this problem and I'm bringing you along with my journey. Because when you say that, hey, I am not perfect just like you, I'm trying to do this. This is what my channel's about. And when you say that, it releases all the pressure. Like you don't have to be perfect. All right, so the second lady I want to show you is Giselle Beaumay. I hope I pronounced that right. Sounds like French. She is Rewire Your Brain for Effortless Success, Neuroscience and Identity. So she's applied neuroscientist and researcher and founder of the Neuro Blend. Basically, she's one of those mindset channels which is really blowing up on YouTube nowadays. But there's so many of those that are very woo-woo. But what she's doing that makes her unique is that she's bringing her expertise in neuroscience and attaching that to mindset work. And if we take a look at her offer, she has a school community and she also has this landing page. So she's helping women to go 10K to 100K without burning out. So this is like a very mindset thing. She has clients. She's definitely using her academic advantage towards the mindset thing, which is really good. And first impression, like just her physical appearance. I don't know where she's from. And then her hair is so unique. It's beautiful. So that is the first thing that caught my attention. So is there something unique about you? Do you have red hair, green hair, whatever? Do you look different? Do you have some weird spectacles? Do you wear funny clothes? Whatever. That is a visual edge. And now let's play some of our videos.
In the next 30 days, you will quantum leap into an amazing new reality if you follow what I'm about to teach you in this video using neuroscience and manifestation. My name is Giselle Beaumais. I'm a neuroscience master's grad candidate and a hypnotherapist. I work with women every single day to unlock their abundance by removing the blocks that prevent it. There are parallel realities. Right now, in this moment, as you're listening to this, there is a version of you who...
All right, you see what she's doing there? So right off the bat, she showed who she is and her credential, which is the neuroscientist. So that immediately made us want to listen to what she's saying. And then despite her credentials, she doesn't speak in super lingo. She speaks like a normal person and explains her concept very simply that normal people can understand. If you look at all of her videos, I've been binging a lot of her stuff. So basically all of her videos here, they're telling the same message, but it's just packaged a little different. It's amazing. And look at the thumbnail. It's very simple and it looks like it's just a screenshot from within the video itself, like 2 to 4 words maximum. So what can we learn from Giselle here? Your credibility doesn't come from sounding like an academic. Like, people are impressed if you have these qualifications, but the moment you start throwing jargons or you talk down on people like you're above them, people will just disengage. They don't want that. They want to hear from somebody on their same level, but they're backed by the credentials and they're very humble about it. And that's what Giselle here is doing really well. So your credibility comes from the ability to explain complex things very simply that normal people could understand. Put it this way, whatever it is that you're selling, if you met your grandma at the dinner table and she asked you, hey, what do you do now? And you can answer her and she understands, that means you're very credible. But if you start talking about all these jargons and she just lost you, then that's it. So you need to be able to explain your stuff very simply. The last person I want to show you is Daya. Within the past year, she absolutely blew up her channel to 200K subs. And first impression, she is self-employed girlies. So she is selling a bootcamp about freelancing. So a lot of her stuff is about how she made money online, freelancing. So in the make money space, everybody's talking about hustle more. So she's the one who said, hey, I'm a girl. And I'm like, I don't want to hustle more. So I call this the cozy entrepreneur. I think she's one of the first ones to coin that term. And then everybody started to copy her. So let's take a look at one of her top performing videos. This one, 500K. I didn't quit YouTube because of this book. So that obviously really resonated with me.
I didn't quit because of this book. I was at a bookstore with a friend and I picked it up because I love Seth Godin, and I stood in that bookstore aisle and I read the entire book front to back. It's a very short book, and that book is the reason I decided to keep going on YouTube. What this book talks about is this graph right here, which Seth Godin calls the dip. Seth says is everything worth doing is controlled by the dip. So mastering the dip is extremely important.
So first impression about Daya, she's also a pretty giant nerd, just like the Alex guy before. But the difference between her is that she has actually had this massive experience where she's made a lot of money freelancing. And you can see that in her videos, because she just say, hey, this is how I made 400K. This is how I made 5K per month. This is how I made 100K online. So it's a lot of proof that she has done the thing that she's talking about. But the way that she talks is that she embraced her nerdiness, right? She doesn't try to be someone else.
Long game strategic point in my business.
She uses a lot of these presentation because she's that type of nerd. And for some people, this is cringe, but for her, this comes naturally. So she's gonna do what comes naturally to her. And let's listen to what she has to say here.
$14 again this year. All right, the next income stream is affiliate marketing, which was up this year. I made about $1,800 from affiliate programs. I will say affiliate income stream effort required is super low, if I'm honest, or the way I do it is super low effort.
What I like about how she explains it is that I feel like she's talking to me personally, like a friend, like a big sister energy. And I think that's what is really working really well. She doesn't have to shout, oh, listen to me, I made 200K. No, she said, hey, this is what I've done. And this is what I should have skipped if I was starting over. And she was very transparent in her beginning, said, hey, I made all this money, but A lot of them is really hard to do. And because of that transparency makes him more trustworthy. And a lot of us feel like we got to be perfect before we make a video, but that point will never come, right? So all you have to do is just say, hey, I'm trying to achieve this thing. These are the problems I've overcome, and these are the problems I had along the way. You will come across as much more relatable and more trustworthy rather than waiting for, okay, I'm going to be perfect, then only then I make a video, because that moment may never happen. So if you are sitting on the sidelines because you feel like you're not ready to make videos online, let's wrap things up for what we learned here. Number one, from Alex, vulnerability is actually your moat. For him, he was scared to be on camera, and he decided to document his entire journey of trying to overcome that very simple thing. And he built a really successful business out of that, sharing the journey, because other people feel the same way and they want to learn from him. Number two, calm is the new loud. Let's take a look at Giselle. She's really credible, but she doesn't have to shout. She doesn't have to look down on other people. She talks like a friend, and she explains her expertise as simply as possible where everybody can understand. And that's why her channel is growing. So you need to speak like an expert who knows your value, and the right people will stop and listen. The last thing, for Dea, her experience is the proof that does all the heavy lifting. You don't have to be an influencer, try to shout, get attention, because you're an expert. You have proof. You have achieved some stuff. So talk about the stuff you've achieved. So the bottom line is this: high production value is for people who want to be famous. And if you're watching this, I don't think that's who you are. High authenticity is for experts like you and me who are trying to get hired. So you've seen the proof. There's only one thing left to do, which is stop hiding and start getting on camera. So if you're still stuck, you don't know where to start, I have engineered a special template just for you. This template will give you exactly what you need to do to produce your first easy 60-second video, so you can get over that hump to start posting your first video online. Download it in the description below and tag me, and let's grow together. I'll see you in the next video.